How to get the best PvP gear the fastest way possible. I'm on my Marksmanship Hunter, so it's kind of specific to that, but the path is similar for all classes and specs. Let's get rolling so you can start zug-zugging in Battlegrounds properly. The War Within's been out for about 5 to 6 weeks now. I had a 2-week break in between to make a new DLC for Battle Babes, but I came back last week and I had to do a bit of catching up, so the first couple of weeks I was really OP because I played, but then I was 2 weeks behind on gear when I came back, so I know the grind. I'm used to that uphill battle because literally every World of Warcraft expansion, I don't play that much, so I'm always fighting people in better gear. But I've geared up again. I'm back as the top dog, we could say. I literally went into a battleground then, and I'm just comboing every wombo combo. I don't know where comboing came from. But I'm fully stacked out. I've spent all my conquest. I've spent all my crafting materials. I've got my 1600 tier set. I've got my 2500 conquest weapon. So if all of that sounds just crazy to you, this video is for you. So I'm going to explain all this. So when you fresh ding 80, I would recommend getting either the honor set or you can get like a green crafting set. It depends if you want to spend some dosh or you're just happy to get zug-zugged for a couple of battlegrounds while you gear up. But there's a couple of routes you need to take into account. So one of the easiest and fastest ones that I've never taken advantage of is the bloody token system. I literally have 5 pieces of epic bloody token gear. So the difference is with normal honor gear, you get scaled up to like what, 626. Then with the bloody token gear, you get scaled up to 636. So that 10 eye level is significant. And then finally, when you get the conquest gear, the best gear, that scales up to 639. So the difference between bloody token gear and conquest is only 3 eye level. So it's 100% worth going out into the world and just doing a couple of world PvP things for 15 minutes. Honestly, it's so quick. You can even get the sparks of war by going around picking up those weird purple dig things. What are they called? When you get the globules of wax, it's disturbed earth. So you get 5 sparks of war for collecting those disturbed earth. Or you can have fun and just do some world PvP. Go for like the World Quest PvP areas where there's loads of people grouped up. Or you can join in the group finder. There's like Sparks quest all the time, but I never got accepted into one of them. I don't really like grouping up like that. I like PvP in 1v2, 1v3 on my own. That's where I find it fun. So I've got 5 pieces of bloody token gear, like I was saying. As a hunter, I'm prioritizing haste, versatility, and mastery. So essentially, versatility is on everything for PvP, so you can't avoid it. But then I wanted to get my haste up to about 20% to feel fast and land my traps and feel good. Then everything else after that is like all mastery. But when it comes to PvP gear, it's quite hard getting mastery pieces. So I would buy all the mastery pieces you can and then fill the gaps with haste. And then we don't bother with critical strike because critical strike is nerfed in PvP. Like in PvE, does double damage. In PvE, it does like 1.5 damage. So it just feels better to put those stats into haste and mastery. So we're 5 weeks in, you can get about 3,000 bloody tokens now, and that'll get you 5 pieces of gear if you spend it well, or get some more expensive gear. It's up to you. You just got to fill the gaps and get rid of your greens, like in the most efficient way possible, and try balance your stats at the same time. It's going to be unique to you and your character, so play with it, but chase the stats you're after and hunt those pieces that you want. Next, we'll talk about the crafting gear. I rolled my eyes when I first heard about this a couple of weeks ago, but after playing and actually using the system, do you know what I mean? It's annoying that I have to spend gold, it's annoying that I have to do this, but I've got 3 pieces of really good gear now, the scales for the rest of the season. I've got my embellishments on it, so I'm getting extra procs and extra damage, and that's just 3 pieces of gear sorted, so I don't have to wait for like the conquest limit to be higher to get like my full set of gear. So I went with the 2 embellishments. I went one on my ring and one on my necklace. And I went for the one that gives me damaging spells and abilities. It gives you like a proc. So anytime I use like any spell, like it's so weird when you use Hunter's Mark and it like does damage. But literally, it does like a big burst of like 100k damage. And I've got 2 of those embellishments. So it's just really good for PvP. You want burst, you want damage. Same with my weapon. I've got another burst one on that. It's, what is it? Authority of Radiant Power. And that also procs for like 200k every now and then. So I've got a lot of bursty procs that come in clutch. So you want to craft the Algari set. And then the thing you need to pay attention to is the purple tokens that you get, because that's what makes it worth doing. If you're only on green and blue tokens, you need to get the purple epic PvP Herald tokens, because when you go into a battleground or an arena, that means these 606 eye level rings and necklaces, or whatever you craft, it means they scale up to 639, so you're like perfectly even in PvP. My character is fully kitted out, all gems, all enchants, all crafting gear, and I've probably spent like 100 to 150k gold. You don't have to spend that. Do you know what I mean? I make that back in a week just playing PvP Battlegrounds, stomping everyone, and selling the gems, the vicious bloodstones. Like, I just convert my honor into gems, and that's how I fund everything. I don't do farming, I don't buy tokens, I just zug in Battlegrounds, I get my gear, I buy my gems, and the cycle repeats. And then I play a bit of arena when I'm feeling spicy. Battleground Blitz is insanely good. It's amazing. What I will say is, when you get trapped in the MMR ELO hell, a lot of people are trapped there. Just grind through your first 25 placement games, and then pray you get a lucky win streak of like 5 BGs, and then that'll get you a 1600 rating, and then you can go and cash in the token that gets mailed to you in the spider zone. Go into like the burrows near the bottom of the map, and then there's like 2 vendors there. One that sells a PvP tier piece with the token. It's like a Spelunker token. And then there's a PvP vendor, and it sells the lightless PvP set, which scales to 639. So I've got a Conquest Helm, I've got a crafted necklace, I've got the free token from getting 1600 rating in BG Blitz on my shoulders. I've got a bloody token cloak, bloody token chest, bloody token braces, bloody token gloves, bloody token belt. Then I've got Conquest legs, green honor boots, I've got 2 crafted PvP rings, and then I've got my Conquest Battle Masters. And then my final little trinket is still back on the green honor one, the medallion that gets you out of CC. So there's only 2 pieces of my gear that are in the old green honor, but that still scales to 626, so it's not terrible. And I've hit all my Conquest caps, all my bloody token caps. I don't have any more crafting heralds to create more, so my character is maxed out. And then I've enchanted them, so you need to enchant everything that you're going to be using for a while. I haven't enchanted my bloody token gear because I know in a couple of weeks I'm going to replace that with Conquest gear. So the only thing I'm like proper enchanting and proper gemming is my crafted rings, because they're never going to change. They're stuck on 639. My necklace, 639. I've enchanted my... Well, not enchanted. I put a gem slot on my head because that's Conquest. And then I've gone for the gems, which... There's a meta gem where every different colour Algari gem you use, you can get 2% movement speed. So my movement speed now is like 10% because I've got loads of different coloured gems. And my rings have got 2 gems. My necklace has got 2 gems. And then I've just been plugging them in wherever I can. So go to your PvP vendor, spend your honour, buy the vicious gems, enchant your gear, and gem your gear. I've got the leg enchant because those are Conquest gears. For the boots, for example, I'm getting them next with Conquest. I'm going to get the enchant run speed thing for my boots. When I get my chest, I'm going to get the speed running thing for my chest as well. So for me, speed in this game is key, especially as a hunter. I want to be able to chase people, I want to be able to run away, I want to be defensive. And that's why I spent my Conquest on Battle Masters. So most people will go for like a damage burst thing, but for me, that extra survivability with your Conquest, your Battle Masters trinket is just amazing. 1.1 million health out of nowhere gets you out of some really clutch situations. And if you're being like a chill PvP gamer, take advantage of all the fun stuff you can use in PvP Battlegrounds. You can use Goblin Gliders, you can use healing potions, you can use specific battleground potions that you get from opening your chest, that you get from the daily wins. You can use rocket boots, parachute cloak, blah blah blah, and then get yourself honor flask as well. You can get like 15% more honor gains from a flask that's dead cheap. So make sure you always pop one of them and keep that rolling, because it pays off massively on vicious bloodstones later down the line. Never hit your honor cap. Always either send it to your warband or buy vicious bloodstones. So then once you earn 2,500 conquest, you get 2 tokens in the post to get yourself a weapon. That should be your priority, really. It's your biggest DPS upgrade. Then slap an enchant on it for burst, or I don't know if you're a healer, it's going to be different. Overall, the PvP gearing has never been better in this game, and I'll stand by that. Like, the PvP is in an insanely good place right now. So, well done, Blizzard. Like, props where it's due. Sorry, my dogs are going crazy. So I'm going to end it now. In terms of farming the conquest, chase your wins of the day. So it depends on what kind of vibe you're in. Like, in the mornings, I'm better than I am at like late at night. So I won't do my sweaty rated arena and battlegrounds late at night. I'll do that early during the day when the light's out. Then at night, or when I'm busy or I'm working or I just need some background stuff, I'll try and like tick my daily wins away with that. So if I'm busy, I'm like on both screens, I'll queue into a random epic battleground, pray I get a win of the day, and I don't play much. I have a couple of scraps here and there, but it's not getting my full focus. Get my win of the day on that. Then it's like, oh, I've got 5 minutes. I'll give a skirmish a go, try get my win of the day on that. And you just chase these wins of the days and get the big conquest chunks. Make sure you do all your quests each week. If you're joining late now, you've got quite a big grind, because you can only do like one of those quests each week, or like one chunk of those quests each week, whereas we've had like 5 weeks of getting chunky quests now. Do you know what I mean? So that's like thousands of conquests for free. But there's nothing stopping you grinding. I will say one of the best things to do is find a double DPS partner, and then both of you go into 2v2 arena and just farm wins in there. That's always been a really fast way of getting conquest. You can get full gear in an afternoon if you're winning. But land your CC on the healer, blow up the DPS. Okay, we failed, we won. Each game lasts a couple of minutes. Boom, bish, bash, bosh. Couple of hours, you're sorted. So leave a comment. What are you struggling with? What are you enjoying in the war within? What guide should I make? I'm thinking, I've just done a macros guide. My marksmanship PvP guide did really well. So I kind of want to do like a journey to the rating, the 1600, like my thoughts on the current meta and things like that. So I will make another video because I'm not done waffling, but this is how to gear in PvP. This is how to sort your hunter out. Like I say, mine's fully kitted out now, and I'm never fully kitted out and fully prepped in an expansion. So the fact that I'm able to do this on the limited amount of time I play, all of you can be stacked and pumping. So go and have fun. It's really great right now. I can't, do you know what I mean? I'm waffling. So go play Battle Babes as well. It's a game on Steam that I made. It's like Hearthstone, but babes. Tell me what you think. Leave a Steam review. Support the channel. Love you all. Hasta la vista. Peace.